Standard of living of an average Nigerian is steadily declining every day as prices of staple foods like bread continue to skyrocket. Residents of the Federal Capital Territory say they're overwhelmed by rising prices of bread, which began late September and first week of October. Trust TV's Nafisa Abdul-Al reports.
Bread, like every other staple food in Nigeria, has joined the list of food items whose prices have been on the increase. From the manufacturers who make these items, to the retailers who supply, and finally down to the consumers, complaints are bitter over the cost of raw materials used for production.
It's quite unfortunate. We are on the daily increments of the materials of the products. Initially, like 2 weeks ago, we have 3 times increments in the price of the material we are using. And based on this, we left with no options than to just increase the price. We have been contending it to make maybe whether we are going to get better in the quite nearest futures. But it seems that it doesn't want to come down. Like the day before yesterday, we buy flour at the rate of 19,600. But today is 20,500 naira again. We don't know what is going to happen tomorrow.
Meanwhile, some suppliers and consumers express the effects of the increment on their households and businesses.
It has really affected the sales because once you go to distribute to sell your products and they find out that the price has increased, some customers will turn down. You know, they won't want to patronize again. They prefer to go for the lesser ones. They prefer to go for the cheaper products. And meanwhile, what's really brought to this increment is not really from the distributor himself. And it's as a result of the price increment in the raw materials.
The bread affected me simply because if you go now and want to buy the bread, if you eat inside the bread, it will not be like maybe you eat bread because it's too small. That's not how they used to do the bread before. But the bread of 15 naira, 16 naira. Now the bread is 120, 100. By luck, say you will see 100 naira. Because if you want to go and buy now, they will say 120. We say no, this bread is too small for 120. I will give you 100 naira before they will accept. If not, they will not accept a bread 100 naira.
I don't think it's all about government not being able to have a price control in the market, and as a result, it's affecting every sector down to the final consumer. If only government can implement a law that can have a price control in the market, I believe all those things will be solved, because most of the raw material they are using, most of them are being imported, and the custom charge, the duties are so high, and it's bouncing back to the final consumer. But if government can have a price control in the market, I believe all those things will be addressed.
We accept it the way we see it, but it's not really funny at all. The bread we buy 700 now used to be 350. Then it rose to 400, then 500, then 600. We go to the retailers, they said 700. They had no choice than to get it, but it's really affecting us.
The current realities are forcing families into hunger, as average Nigerians who could afford to feed 3 times in a day are now struggling to feed twice or less due to the economic situation in the country. They urge the government to enforce price regulation of food items, as it is the only way to solve food price inflation in the country. Nafisa Abdul-Al, Trust TV News, Abuja.